Hi, I'm Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to make your own custom pillowcase using what is called a tube method. Now this method of making pillowcases is very popular and it's really simple, so we're going to get started and I'm going to show you how to do this in case you haven't seen this before. So let's take a look at the pillowcase. Isn't this beautiful? Now, you only need 3 different pieces of fabric for your pillowcase. On this one, I've used pink with dark pink little dots all over it. I thought it was just perfect for a little girl's room. Then I've got a yellow little decorative strip right here, and then some really pretty heart fabric on there on the end. So like I said, it's really, really easy. So let's get started, okay? All right, let me put this away. And I'm going to get my fabric listing out here of what you need to do. So here we go. All right, like I said, all you need is 3 different pieces of fabric. I've identified the fabric as A, B, and C. I'm using 42-inch wide fabric. So out of fabric A, which is your largest piece, you're going to need 7/8, and then out of B, 5/8, and out of fabric C, 1/8 of a yard. Okay, let me put this aside. Take your largest piece of fabric and we're going to cut it to 27 inches wide. So when you purchase your fabric, your raw edges are usually crooked, so you need to straighten that first edge out. So at your cutting mat, here's the 1-inch line right here. We're going to place the folded edge of the fabric on that line. And then on this 0 line here, we're going to pull the raw edge of the fabric past that line. So first, line it up on the 1-inch line. Okay. Pull it a little ways past. Okay. Line it up. Smooth it out, make sure it's nice and smooth and everybody's on the line. Now, take the edge of your ruler and you're going to place it on the 0 line up here, this one here. So, place that edge there. Now, to make sure that it is straight, look at the lower end of your ruler and push it on that 0 line right here. So make sure it's all straight. And then, with your rotary cutter, go ahead and cut this end off. Okay, now you're going to move your ruler over here to my right to the 27-inch line right there. Okay, here it is. So put that ruler's edge on there. Make sure it's lined up straight. So look at it down here. Once you have it lined up, then go ahead and do your last cut. Okay? Now you want to just set that large piece aside. Now to cut out your 2 remaining pieces, here is the 2-inch wide strip of fabric C. So when you purchase your 1/8 yard, you want to line it up just like you did that large piece. Straighten out the one edge and then cut it 2 inches wide. Then your other piece of fabric, this is fabric B, you also want to cut that edge straight, so line it up just like you did the other piece and cut it 9 inches wide. Okay? So now take your fabric C, that 2-inch wide strip, here it is, and you're going to fold it in half and press it the full length, okay? All the way down. Alrighty? After you've cut all of your pieces, we're now going to cut the selvage edge off. So to make sure we've got everything the same size, you want to lay out all of your fabrics. Okay? So over here is my folded edge. So you're still keeping your fabric folded. Smooth it out. Take your other piece of fabric. Here's the selvage edge. Line it up along this upper edge. Make sure the folded edges match. And what we're trying to do is cut all of the edges the same length. And then take your other piece, line it up along there too. Okay? All right. Once you've got it all lined up, then you're going to cut your selvage edges off. So place this end of your ruler on the raw edge up here, just inside of this selvage is. This is the stuff we're cutting off. Okay? So you want to push firmly down on that ruler so nothing slips, and go ahead and cut all of this off. Now you might have to shift your ruler a little bit to do that last little cut here, okay? And then line it up. Once you have it lined up, do your final cut. Alrighty? Okay, whoops, I got a little piece that's stuck up here. Okay, good. Alright, so just throw that away. Okay, now that you've cut your selvage off, the next step then is to unfold all of your fabrics, and then you're going to begin to layer them. So the first piece you want to lay down is your fabric B strip. This is the one that is 9 inches wide. So you're going to have it face up. So you have the back side down, the front side facing up. Then you take your large strip of fabric, that's fabric A, lay it down and match the edges, and it is also face up. And then you're going to take your little 2-inch wide strip, and remember it needs to be folded in half, and press it and line it up on the edge, okay? Then after you've done that, you're going to take the end of your large piece of fabric, and I've already started, and you're just going to roll it up, okay? So just keep rolling it up and rolling it up. Now, you want to take your 9-inch piece of fabric, and you're going to fold it over, and you're going to start pinning it, okay? So you're going to line up all these edges, right? And pin it all along this edge. So you want to continue pinning it. After you've got it all pinned along that edge, you're going to go to your sewing machine and do a 1/4 inch seam from this raw edge in. Alright, as you can see, I've already got mine stitched along there, 1/4 inch all along the edge. Now the next part is you're going to reach inside here at the end, and you're going to start tugging and bringing the outside in and out. You're going to turn it right side out. So it takes a while, but you're just going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling. Okay, once you get it all the way out, okay, just a little bit more here. Turn it over, and there you go. You have the lower portion of your pillowcase all done. And what's really nice about this technique is you can't see any seam on the front, on the back or the front. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is now fold it in half. So we're going to bring it over this way and fold it here. Now I'm going to turn it, okay, so that you can see everything. And now you're going to start pinning these edges together, and I'm going to shift it towards me just a little bit more. There we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. And so match it up down here, and if you have a little bit hanging out right in there, you can go ahead and trim that off. Alright, so go ahead and match it out right there at the seam. And if it comes out super wrinkled, you might want to give it a pressing if you're having a hard time getting it pinned together, and continue pinning along two sides. So you're going to pin along this edge here, and now I'm going to turn it, and you're also going to pin along the lower edge of the pillowcase. So once you've got the two sides pinned, you're going to stitch from this section here. So do a few stitches back and forth, and you're going to stitch 1/4 inch seam all the way down to this first corner here. Okay, once you get there, you want to leave your needle down, lift up your presser foot, turn your pillowcase, lower that presser foot back down, and continue stitching along this last side here. Okay, now to prevent your seams from unraveling during washing, you can do a zigzag stitch over the raw edges on those two seams. Or if you have a serger, you could run these two seams through your serger. And now you're done. So let's look at the one that is completed so that you can see. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, I'm going to turn it so you can see it a little better. There it is. Okay. These make wonderful gifts, really wonderful gifts. They're so easy, they're very, very quick, and you can get very, very creative. You can make them real bright and kind of girly, or you can tone it down and make them very, very contemporary, depending on the fabrics that you select. Well, I hope you try this tube technique of making pillows. It's been around for a long time. Very, very popular method. Now, if you want to keep informed on future videos from the Sewing Room channel, click on one of the subscribe buttons. There's one down there in my lower right-hand corner, or your lower right-hand corner. Red says subscribe, and then in the upper left-hand corner is a round picture of my face. Click on either one of those. YouTube's going to prompt you for your email address, and they'll send that to you. Send you a brief email with a big button in the center. You click on that button and it'll take you directly to my latest video. I'm Cheryl, and I'm so glad you came to my sewing room, and I'm going to see you next time, and happy sewing.